Hi everyone, my name's Lane Pacheco, and today I am talking about something that makes so many people want to tear their hair out, and that is hiring. How did you guess? Yeah, so hiring is one of those things that a lot of people are still doing it in this way that makes it painful. I mean, if you have if hiring makes you just go like, oh, then please keep watching because I'm going to tell you a secret of mine about how I made hiring super super easy, and I spend a fraction of the time hiring that most people do, and I get awesomely qualified candidates. Okay, so do you put an ad out there? This is what's common. This is what most people that I know do. Do you put an ad out there and then get hundreds of applicants, or maybe 100 or whatever? Do you get like a bunch of applicants and then you sit there and you read through all these resumes, and these resumes are making you go, oh my God, who are these people? Did they even read my ad? What are they thinking with this stuff? This isn't even relevant. People, nobody has a cover letter anymore. Are you following me? If this is you, let me tell you, first of all, like, how much time does that take? And then of all those people, how many are actually qualified or even worth looking at? And then even still, how much time do you spend calling people to schedule interviews? Have people not show up for interviews? Have these people show up in jean shorts or something else cringeworthy, and you're thinking, who made anyone think that it's acceptable to wear jean shorts to a professional interview? I get it. I get it. I've seen all of this. Like, I know why people tear their hair out. And I'll tell you, I have done literal hundreds of interviews, and I never deal with people like this. And I'll tell you why. Because I don't even look at a single resume until I have already put them through a process that weeds out all the people who are not qualified, not applicable, or are going to show up in jean shorts to my interviews. And the way that I do this is, and it looks a little different depending on where you are putting your job post out there, okay? So depending on where you're putting it, if you're putting it somewhere where people will actually read the job posts, because there's a lot of places where they don't, if you put it somewhere where they will actually read it, what I do, and I have done in the past, I did it for years, um, is direct them to a specific phone number. Okay, so the job post might briefly say, this is what we're looking for. You know, if you're qualified, this is what's required, blah, blah, blah. Call this number. That phone number actually doesn't go to anybody's phone. It just goes basically to a voicemail. Like, it has to be some kind of line that you're not using. And I realize that this might not work for everybody, but um, hopefully you have this as an option, because this is a really good one to absolutely automate and take yourself, like, very much so out of this process. But you have them call this phone number, and this voicemail should be a good, like, mine were somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes long. And what I'm talking about is what does the position entail? What is our company about? What's important for us, in this candidate? What are we looking for? And then at the end, I would give them some kind of, this is what I want you to do and send to me, and this is where you can send it. So in other words, these people are not even able to apply until they have read the job post, called this phone number, listened to this voicemail, and then actually followed the directions. Because at the end of the day, my thing is if you can't follow directions, you don't work for me. All right? So that's a very simple way to weed out the people who don't care enough to actually go through all that. And you don't want those guys either, right? Of course not. So you're weeding out those people. You're seeing if people can follow directions, and you're weeding out the people who can't. And usually in that message, I'm telling them, send me your resume. But then I also always have them do something specific, like write me a letter that answers these 2 to 4 questions. And depending on what the position is, that determines my questions. But it gives them something very specific. It tells them where specifically to send it to. And I don't care what anyone's story is. All I'm looking at is what emails actually come through and is everything there and correct. And if it's all there and correct, then I'm going to look at your stuff. Now, I might do it a little differently, for example, on a site like Indeed. Indeed, you will get 200 people applying for your position or more. I mean, it really depends. Like, I'm talking small business. But on Indeed, what I would do is because I realize that a lot of these people are not even reading the job post. They might see like the headline and that it's in their city or that it's within 10 miles, and they're going to just send their resume in without really knowing what they're applying to. So I don't look at any of their stuff. They all get the same message back. They get a message back in their inbox on Indeed, and it says, hey, so glad you applied. Looking forward to seeing you in our interviews. Here's what I need from you in order to be invited to our initial interview. And then, again, either a letter asking for the resume. If I'm doing, when I'm hiring something like a PR or a marketing person who's going to need to be, like, have a good personality and things like that, I want to see like a video, upload it to YouTube, give them very like specific but simple instructions. And I don't care. I'm not telling them how to upload it to YouTube. These are things like, these are little ways that you can test people to see, are they going to go the extra mile? Are they going to figure it out if they don't know? A lot of people, especially, if you're not in an industry where they do this stuff all the time, if you tell somebody to upload a YouTube video, they might not even know how, but they should figure it out. And you're not helping them because that's not your job. Okay. So, these are just the little tricks and things that I did so that I drastically reduced the time I spent hiring people. And I can tell you, and this is just coming from me being very, very successful with hiring. I have built amazing teams. I have, my last client that I hired for, they had been searching for a potential hire for like something like 9 months to a year and could not find it. It took me 2 weeks. So these things work. They completely, like, first of all, again, no jean shorts at your interviews. And I have obviously a lot more to my process. That's the beginning of my process. I'm happy to share what else I do because I spend very, very little time in interviews, and my interviews are very highly qualified and vetted. So it really reduces your time. The amount of manpower a lot of people are spending on hiring is crazy. It's crazy. And there's so much you can do to automate the process, make it so much simpler for yourself. And yeah, a lot less like you want to tear your hair out. So that's all for today. I'm going to cut myself off. I hope that this is helpful. Like, share, comment, leave me a message. I love to hear from you guys. I'm going to do my best to be spending more time right here sharing more helpful tips like this with you. So please tell me if it is helpful so that I know that I'm on the right track. All right, guys. And by the way, shout out to Carol. This is for you. I hope that this really helps you. I know that you had the same exact struggle recently. And I really wanted to help you out because I know I've talked about it before, but I'm like, let me just make a fresh new video. So anyways, love to you guys. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.